Hey guys, this is Valentina Palladino for Ars Technica, and today I'm here with the new Google Pixelbook and Pixelbook pen. This is the newest high-end Chrome OS device from Google. It started out a couple of years ago with the Chromebook Pixel, and now that those models have been discontinued, we have the Pixelbook that came out a couple of weeks ago. Google is convinced that there will be an audience for a high-end Chrome OS device. Most of us are used to seeing Chrome OS devices at a very reasonable price point, typically under $500. The Pixelbook starts at $999. So I've been using it for about a week or so, and I'm going to tell you some of the pros and cons of using the Google Pixelbook. One of the great things about the Pixelbook is its design. This is recognizably Google. This has an aluminum chassis, and it also has this kind of glass strip up here where the wireless signals come in and out. And especially compared to the more affordable Chromebooks that you'll find, this is incredibly sleek and very sturdy. It's certainly not the lightest device. It's about 2.4 pounds. And one of the best parts about the design are these rubber panels, both on the keyboard deck right here and underneath the device. And since this is a two-in-one device, you can flip it like this into what they call entertainment mode. And because you have those rubber panels underneath the keyboard, it's not really going to move when it's in this mode as well. So you're kind of kept in the same spot no matter what. And also the ones next to the keyboard or underneath the keyboard provide a really comfortable space for your palms to rest as you type. The keyboard is also very comfortable to type on. I was using this as my primary work device for about a week, and I never had a problem typing on it. I also really like the matte finish to the keys. I think it's really nice in the overall look of the design. And Google does add a couple of their own keys to this, since it is a Chrome OS device and this is Google making it. So it has a new launcher button in place of the caps lock button, and this launches the new kind of app dock or app space where you can access all of your apps and programs. Another new key is the Google Assistant key, which you can press just to launch the Google Assistant window. And another one is a little kind of menu settings key that can give you quick access to your Google account and other device settings. The display is nice too. It's a 12-inch display, and it does have these kind of large bezels around it, but because this is meant to be a two-in-one device, it's kind of helpful when you have it in tablet mode. You have a place to grip. So overall, I think Google did a great job redesigning the Chromebook Pixel family in the Pixelbook. And it's certainly a design that will stand out among the other types of high-end notebooks that you'll see out. Another great thing about the Pixelbook is that this is the first notebook convertible to have the Google Assistant built in. So previously you could find the Google Assistant in the Google Home, the smart home speaker that Google has, and the Pixel smartphones, but now they have it obviously in their own in-house made convertible. And it's probably at its most useful when it's bringing up personal information or things that are attached to your personal accounts. One of the best things I found that I really liked with it is bringing up a Spotify playlist just by using the OK Google command or the Hey Google command. Another great thing about the Pixelbook is the Pixelbook pen. So this does not come with the device. You have to pay an extra $99 to get it, which is kind of a shame. However, one of the things I really did like about it was searching using the Google Assistant just with the pen. So what you can do is press this little button right here, press and hold it, and then circle something on the screen, highlight something on the screen, and that will ask the Google Assistant essentially to tell you anything it can about the thing that you circled or highlighted. So I found that this worked really interestingly and really cool with image searching. So when I was browsing through Pinterest, I could kind of square off with the pen an image that I was curious about. Maybe it didn't have a caption that was very descriptive, and the assistant would tell me a little bit more about it. I really liked using this with kind of travel photos that I wasn't sure where this place was in the picture and I really wanted to know. And the pen did a pretty good job, along with the Google Assistant, telling me a little bit more about what I was seeing. Didn't always work. Sometimes just couldn't recognize things that I was circling, whether it be an image or text or anything like that. You can literally circle anything on your display and the Google Assistant will try to figure out what it is. Another pro to the Pixelbook is its battery life. So Google estimates that this will get about 10 hours of battery life with regular use. And in our main battery test so far, it's been around that amount. So now on to the cons of using the Pixelbook as your main device. One of the great things about it is the Google Assistant and the hot words that you can use. However, the hot words only work when the device is on and the screen is also on. That's really inconvenient, especially if you kind of leave the Pixelbook idle for a while and then expect to be able to use the assistant whenever you want. Another not so great thing has to do with the Pixelbook pen. So in my experience, the pen varies depending on the app that you're using it with. So Google claims that the low latency API for the pen allows it to bypass layers of Chrome OS that might slow it down. So the app that you're using can just read the strokes of the pen immediately and get them right on the screen almost instantaneously. Google's saying this will get maybe about 10 milliseconds of lag. And I definitely felt that in certain apps. In an app like Google Keep, it was very responsive. I noticed very little latency, if any, when I was writing notes in that. However, in other apps, take like Adobe Draw for instance, I definitely felt the latency and I had to kind of wait until the stroke appeared on the screen after I drew it. Another con to the Pixelbook is unfortunately the integration of Android apps with Chrome OS. Now this has gotten better over time. This has kind of been a push from Google for a while now to have people use regular Android apps on larger devices that run Chrome OS, mostly laptops and convertibles. So Adobe has worked with Google to kind of optimize their programs, their Android apps for Chrome OS, and I found that using something like Lightroom CC is a really good experience, but other apps are not as great. So I downloaded just one app called Pixelr just to see what the difference would be. And the app is certainly not optimized for Chrome OS. The orientation is pretty janky. It uploads photos in sometimes the wrong orientation than when they were shot. And the controls that you have available to you are very limited. They're mostly used for like uploading to Instagram or uploading to social media. Now that's not necessarily Google's fault. Maybe Pixelr just hasn't developed its Android app enough so that it will work on Chrome OS, or they haven't put the time in to kind of change things to work on Chrome OS. But overall, that will be a hindrance of Chrome OS as a whole in the future. Another not so great thing has to do with the Google Assistant's integration with G Suite. There currently isn't any. Particularly, I found this irritating with agenda and calendars. I use my personal account, and my personal account is attached, at least the calendars are, to my work account. With G Suite though, you can't actually connect it to your Google Assistant. So it won't be able to read you things like your calendar schedule or your agenda or anything like that as long as it's attached to your G Suite account. That to me is a very big hindrance because if you are getting a Pixelbook, you will probably want to use it for both personal and maybe sometimes professional use, if not all the time professional use, but that's kind of impossible when it doesn't integrate fully with G Suite yet. So those are some of the pros and cons about Google's new Pixelbook and the Pixelbook pen. Be sure to check out arstechnica.com for the full review.